Hi, guys, and welcome to Shelly Speaks. Today, this episode is brought to you by BodySlam.net, and I'm here with my Body Slam staff partner, Carisa Lopez. Carissa, say what's up.
Hey guys.
And today, we're going to be talking to the baddest of all time, the CEO of Shane Taylor Promotions, right over there in that corner. Mr. Shane Taylor, how are you doing today? What's up?
I am fantastic. That was a great introduction. Thank you, ladies, for having me. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm so excited to talk to you. I've been binge watching all of your matches, so I'm really, really excited. Carissa?
I'm doing great. I've been busy, had a lot of things to deal with personally, so I'm glad I'm here to speak with you.
Yes, and we're super excited. We have tons and tons of questions for you, but we're going to keep this as short as possible. My first one is, are you excited for Thanksgiving? And what's your favorite food on Thanksgiving?
Oh, am I excited for Thanksgiving? Yes and no.
Okay.
No, because of how it's traditionally celebrated. Like now that I'm older, I understand kind of the factual
Yeah.
yes, as far as the time to get to spend with family and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Now my favorite thing to eat is probably mac and cheese. My dad will usually like deep fry a turkey or something like that. So that's something that I always look forward to. I was actually talking to AJ Francis today. He put up a one's got to go thing on Twitter about the Thanksgiving stuff. So that's going to be the topic for tomorrow when we go on Twitter and choose violence and have a good time. And one of my favorite things to eat though too is probably pumpkin pie. I know that it's a big faux pas for us, but pumpkin pie is good. It's delicious.
Yeah. I love mac and cheese too. So when AJ posted the video about people like not leaving him mac and cheese, I had to share it right away. I always got to get the mac and cheese. If
Oh,
not, there's automatic beef in the household. It's on everybody.
automatically,
Yeah.
automatically, and like for us, and I don't know how you guys do it, but like unless you're like an elder, you can't get like a corner piece. So you always gotta get like the middle
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah. Yep. Completely. Carissa, what's your favorite?
I do love mac and cheese as well, but I really love pork shoulder and macaroni salad actually.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. Um, okay, but I do have a question that kind of ties into this because lots of our food traditions, at least for me, are based in my heritage and my culture as a Black person. And I was just kind of wondering, how consciously
Hmm.
are you thinking about representing the Black community and Black wrestlers when you're going in the interviews and you're on TV and you're stepping up behind the curtain? What is that like for you? Are you consciously thinking about that, like, okay, let me be as authentic as I can, or are you just like it's just in the back of your mind and you're just going through the motions, but it's just there?
No, this is who I am. So everything that I talk about, everything that I do, the things that I say, what I believe, my goals, dreams, and ambitions for Shane Taylor Promotions, all of this is just coming from my heart. This is who I am. So when you're speaking from a place of authenticity, you don't have to worry about it ever being in the back of your mind because it's always in the foreground. It's always in the forethought, right? So this is simply just my goal, my dream, my view of what professional wrestling can and should be for us, to be able to inspire anybody from all backgrounds, but especially for those young Black kids who are shown sort of, the 0.01% of the most violent aspects of our culture as being the norm. That's simply not the norm. There's a broader spectrum. There's a broader history. There's a broader knowledge that can be gained when you watch us than what is popular in mainstream media. So that is what my goal is every time I step out through a curtain, every interview, everything that I do is to best represent the positive aspects of who we are, and teach people about that.
That's so amazing. My background is actually in activism. I've been a youth organizer for like the past 4 years or so. So a lot of
That's
my work has
incredible.
actually, thank you so much, has actually been focused in equity work. And one of the main reasons I was brought onto Body Slam was also to make sure that we're highlighting that in wrestling media. So it's so amazing to see somebody do that from the wrestling side and to be able to do it on the wrestling media side. It feels like a perfect fit. So thank you so much for all of your work and all the positive representation that you provide for us. I think Carissa might have a question for you. Is that right, Carissa?
So knowing that, the stuff with Ring of Honor is going on right now, people are getting, released from their contracts. We've seen, Impact Wrestling, we've seen AEW and other promotions doing, the Forbidden Door, where people from other promotions or free agents from the independent scene, come in and do a match or, start a feud. Who is somebody from any promotion, whether it be New Japan, AAA, AEW, or Impact, that you'd want, to face yourself as a singles competitor or with Shane Taylor Promotions?
Great question. When it comes to New Japan, something that I've sort of based my entire athletic career on is I don't give a damn about anybody's reputation. You're gonna have to prove it to me first in order for me to believe it, right? So when you
Period.
look at
Yeah.
who people are saying is the best, your mind immediately goes to a Will Ospreay or an Okada. Um, for me personally, guys like Tomohiro Ishii or Minoru Suzuki are people that I would love. All of those men would be people that I would love to stand across the ring from, throw hands, and see who the baddest really is. You know what I mean? Um, and as far as a group, you know, me and my guys, Khan and Moses of SOS, we are the best trio on the planet right now. I don't care what anybody says, but there happens to be people who are toting themselves as the best trio, and that they go by the name of the Super Click. You're talking about Cole and the Bucks.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
everything. I respect everything that they've done. They're talented performers. What they've done, business wise, in ring, performance wise, is second to none. They're incredible. But when it comes to being the best trio in this sport, they are out of their damn minds if they think that they're over us. And the easiest way to do that would be to step in the ring against the three of us and let's really find out. Being two of them are EVPs of the company, it shouldn't be that hard. So our stance is we're ready to fight. We'll see what their stance is.
Yeah. I would love to see that match. Now that you said it, I'm never gonna stop thinking about it. I'm gonna think about it for the rest of the day now. And you mentioned STP, and I just kind of wanted to highlight all the success that they've had in ROH. Like you guys are literally the 6-man tag team champions right now. And I was just wondering how important was it? How important was it to your guys' success to define each of your roles? You guys all like play a different part in making up what Jane Taylor Promotions is, but did you guys kind of come together and say this is what we're going to be, or was it just like I need this person and this person to make it successful?
With any sort of team, chemistry and synergy are two of the main components that you need to have. When I sat down with Ron Hunt and we talked about creating Shane Taylor Promotions, we had an idea in mind of the mindset that we wanted for anybody that we needed to join. And when I sat down and talked with Khan and Moses and O'Shea Edwards, just sitting down and talking to these men, there was an immediate connection. Almost one of the first things out of each of their mouths was the way we've been represented in professional wrestling as far as who we get to be, who we're allowed to be, how far we're allowed to climb. When you're trying to get to that upper echelon of performer, the stereotype characters that we've been given, how that reflects to the youth. Every single person wanted to change that. Every single person wanted to leave their mark on the sport, make their own history, and that's exactly what I needed. I don't need yes men. I don't need people to tell me what I want to hear. I need people who are willing to tell me the truth, be themselves, be ready to fight for whatever it is that they believe in, and fight for this common goal. And when you do that, when you surround yourself with talent like that, with minds like that, you only make each other better. And so this is an iron sharpens iron sort of group. And you see that every time we go out. Not only do you see them, and Khan and Moses especially, every time I see them, their performances get better. Every time they're a little bit more cohesive. Every promo they do is just a little bit better. And it continues for everybody in the group. And so that's why I truly believe from top to bottom, we are the most well-rounded group in all of professional wrestling. Every single one of us can do everything. Every single one of us can main event. Every single one of us can talk. Every single one of us can walk the walk. There is no weak link in this group. So being able to lead these men, keeps my game sharp, because I have to go out and prove every day to myself that I should be the one leading, right? So there's never a day off. There's never any time to rest, because they're all pushing me.
Right. I think Carisa has a question about another tag team partner of yours that you've had some success with as well, right, Carisa?
Yeah, so, not that long ago, we saw that, Sean Ross Sapp had reported that Keith Lee was released from WWE. And I actually started watching Ring of Honor during the pandemic and started to see all the archived episodes on Fight. And I remember seeing this episode with you and Keith Lee against what we know now as the Viking Raiders, but in Ring of Honor they were the War Raiders.
Yes.
Would you want to team up with Keith Lee? Is that something on your mind right now, knowing that he's going to be a free agent February 2nd? Do you want to team up with him?
Keith knows, we've talked, he knows that my door is always open. The door to STP is always open. There's always going to be a spot for him when and if he decides that's the route he wants to go. Right now, I know he's got a million things on his plate as well as getting married in February. So there's absolutely no rush to anything, but he knows that I'm only a call away. And of course, I would love to team up with him and whoop anybody's ass that really wants some. So and that's any company, anywhere. So if he wants us to do it, I'm in. Any company that feels like that they want to bring in PBK, I'm sure we'll talk. And as long as the numbers add up, we can do business.
Yeah. I personally have a pitch for a match for you guys. I think we've seen lots of success with Lio Rush and Dante Martin in AEW right now. And I think Dante might be the second coming of wrestling. I would love to see them versus you and Keith Lee. Do you have any dream matches for you guys as a tag team?
Dream matches for us as a tag team? Yeah. Again, and I know that I just talked about them, but I think PBK against the Bucks would be great. PBK against God in New Japan would be great. Obviously, you've got FTR as well. And although it was short-lived, I would love to have another run against the Briscoes. So there are lots of legendary tag teams out there that I would love to get into the ring with and test our skills against. And I feel like, again, when you add Keith and myself, I don't think any of those boys beat us when we're on our game. So it'll be great to see.
Yeah, all of those matches seem incredibly hard to turn down. I just wanted to give you a second to reflect on your time in ROH and your career in general. What are some of the moments that you think that you're most proud of, or some matches that you're the most proud of and can go back to and watch?
If I go back and I think about it now, probably the thing that I'm most proud of is winning the 6-man tag team titles with Khan and Moses. Anytime you have an individual accomplishment, that's great. But when you're a leader and you get the chance to bring your guys with you and show them what that's like, help them establish their legacy, help them win their first championship, and not only win it, but go on to be the most successful team that the company has ever seen. That to me holds a special place. So probably winning those with them, against Max's squad, all the defenses that we've had in and out of Ring of Honor. Then my TV title win and the run that I went on with that, primarily because it's something that nobody saw being as successful as it was, except for me and the folks around me. And then, of course, individually, I think of my final battle match against Jay Briscoe, my series of matches against Jeff Cobb, my match with Hangman Page. All of those at different times helped sort of define me and make my sort of statement as to who I was in the company, and opening any eyes and closing any mouths that really had anything to say about it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I have one more general question for you. I reshared the video of, I think it was a punch that you gave to somebody. I'm not sure who it was, but your strikes always look devastating. And I literally think that they're some of the most like well-delivered strikes that I've ever seen. So do you take inspiration for anybody when it comes to your striking, or was it just something that you took to when you were training?
I've been boxing for as long as I can remember. So we're talking about 30 years plus now, you know what I mean? And three of my inspirations make up who Shane Taylor is. And for me, it's about using those aspects of how I really feel and taking that and combining it with these legends. And for me, that is Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali. And who Shane Taylor is as a person is essentially a modern day version of Ali, with the East Side Cleveland sort of flair that we're known for. So my goal and my mantra that I say to myself is talk like Floyd, hit like Tyson, lead like Ali. And that's what people see. That's why when I throw punches or throw forearms, when I move the way that I do, from hand placement to head movement to shoulder rolling to anything that I do, tries to give that vibe and pay those respects to the men who helped inspire me to sort of bring all this to fruition.
That's amazing. Carisa, do you have any other questions?
No, I think that's all for me. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to wrap up. We don't want to be too negative here, obviously, but Final Battle is going to be a pivotal moment in ROH's history. How are you feeling heading into that event and heading into 2022 in general?
I'm gonna have to ask you to repeat that. You were breaking up a little bit.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I said we don't want to be too negative here, obviously, but Final Battle is going to be a pivotal moment and a pivotal event in ROH's history. How are you feeling heading into that event and into 2022 in general?
I'm excited. I'm confident. I know that there's a lot of sadness around it, but for me and my guys, we were gonna have to start making some choices anyway, come the end of this year, about what we wanted to do, the future goals, things like that. So all this did is really sort of speed up the process. And so for me, my goal at Final Battle, if this is the last time people get to see me in a Ring of Honor ring, is to prove to those who have been watching that they've been watching one of the very best to ever do this, one of the very best in the history of the company. And to anybody that's watching for the first time, show them exactly what they've been missing. And sort of have that be my reintroduction into the wider world of professional wrestling, and also wrap up a story that to me deserves to main event Final Battle, and is the most compelling story that we have going on right now. And that's myself versus Kenny King. I want that to be my signature match in Ring of Honor, the thing that when people look back and they remember, if there was one match for them to remember, I want it to be that one. And I want it to be something special for years to come.
I think that match is definitely going to be super special. I think you guys obviously have so much chemistry, and it's going to be such an amazing match. And the build has been so great. Before we let you go, is there anything that you want to say to the fans or to your upcoming opponents, even?
To my fans, to the fans of STP who have supported us so heavily, I can't thank you guys enough. When all of this started, it really was just us and the people. And that's why we are so indebted to them, because a lot of people at the top in management spots didn't want us to be successful. They didn't want to market us. They didn't trust us. They didn't believe in us. But yet 2 years later, here we are, and the world is talking about us. So when you bet on yourself and the people stand behind you, you feel good in making those choices. And the support is only growing, and we're excited for the future. As far as any opponents go, the time that you had to secure your spots, the time that you had to make your money, the time that you had to be the best in your perspective world, the time to do that is running out very, very quickly, because come January 1st, that time is up, and me and my guys are coming to take everything that belongs to us. So I don't care if it's AEW, I don't care if it's Impact, I don't care if it's MLW, I don't care if it's New Japan or anywhere in between. We are coming for everything. So as Wu-Tang so eloquently put it, protect your neck.
Okay. Carisa, can you let the people know where they can find you?
Okay, so you guys can find me on my Twitter at CarissaL517. You guys can also find me on my Instagram at Carissa._. And you can, and that's it. Yeah.
Mr. Shane Taylor, where can all of the wonderful people find you?
At Shane216 Taylor, that's Twitter and Instagram. If you're in the merch buying mood, all the links to the merchandise for the What a Maneuver sites, for pro wrestling tees, all that great stuff is available in the links. Also, head on over to shophonor.com. You have the brand new Shane Taylor, not only micro brawlers, but the Honor Pals as well. Makes great holiday gifts. And again, thank you all for your love and support. It's been a crazy 14-year career so far. And here's to, 14 more.
Make sure you're spending your money with Black people, Black businesses as well. I'm definitely going to buy a micro brawler now, because I didn't know that you had those, so I kind of need one. You guys can find me at Jaychele Nicole right here on Twitter. All of our ads are right here on the screen as well if you're watching via video. Thank you guys so much for checking out this interview with Shane Taylor. You guys can follow bodyslam.net on Twitter at bodyslam.net, and make sure you guys are leaving a like, comment, and a subscribe on this channel. And thank you guys so much for checking this out, and we hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.